Minute, I know. I'm so glad to be back. We're going to talk a lot tonight. Can you guys hear me all right? We're just going to check on some sound quality real quickly before we get too carried away. Can you guys hear me all right? All right. Well, it's New Year's Eve. So uh, I missed you guys. I have. I missed every one of you. And I mean, there's a lot to unpack. I plan on being on unless you guys want to go to bed until the clock strikes New Year's. So I got plenty of Yinglings, and we got an old favorite making a comeback tonight. Why not? It's uh, it's been a really bad year. it's been, uh, I don't even know where to start. We'll unpack as we go. We got 3 hours ish, 3.5, 2.5. I don't know what time it is. Um, First things first, though, I want to say hi to, let's see, we got Steven, Misty, Jeff, Paul, Larry, my mother. Hi, Mom. I love you. Steven Smith, my homie. All right. I don't know who else is online, but anyway, hello. It's going to be a marathon tonight, so I'm trying not to sprint, if you know what I mean. So, how's everybody doing? What's everybody up to? Uh, it has been a while, you guys, since we kind of caught up, and I want I am moving forward. I'm gonna try and vlog almost every day this year. It's a tall order, because I just time is of the essence all the time. we I'm very busy, but I'm you guys. I didn't move out here to be busy. I moved out here to fish. My window is narrowing to be doing this stuff. Just I'm old. I know this Norwegian complexion can fool you, but I'm old. My body is screaming, "Hey, settle down." But at any rate, there's uh, the opportunities that I passed up at the beginning of when we moved here. I can't get back. I can't dwell on it. Um, I can move forward though, and try and salvage what time I do have left around here. So the deal is, I was going to fish the Solo Pro Series. I had registered, and I was going to begin a campaign on some sponsorship for this upcoming season. It was going to be quite lofty, not lofty, but help would be very generous. And 2 weeks after I turned in my registration and they received it, the Solo Pro Series collapsed. It's been around for a long time. Very successful, uh, a very cool deal. And the gentleman that ran it, I guess, his health has deteriorated to the point where he just can't run that. And I think the volunteers kind of were in the same boat. So now I don't have a place to fish. Um, that's what I was going to do this year. And then I'll do the USA Bass and stuff as I can, the local little things. But I was going to step up a little bit and pay a heavy entry fee this year for 5 events. And that's kind of out the window. So I don't know. I don't know where I stand. So far, nobody that I'm aware of has like stepped up and said we're going to take this over, and but I'm paying attention. Um, their first event's usually not till a little later in the spring. Like the MLF, I believe, starts real early out here, January 28th or ish, somewhere in there. I think is their first event. Um, so I don't know, you guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do. What do you guys think I should do? Well, of course, Misty, I'm gonna fish. Hey, Aunt Wendy, I just had a nice, not FaceTime, instant messaging chat with Aunt Wendy and my cousin Lisa. Man, I missed the hell out of those two. They can party. Uh, I mean, Misty, as far as I'm gonna fish, you guys. I've been fishing. I have been trying to. I'm doing things in the background, you guys. I have not stopped fishing. That is not even the thing. um, I've been focusing on different things and trying to harness that before I. The last thing I want to do is go out and watch you guys watch me throw stuff around for 8 hours and not catch anything. And there's been days like that with trying new things and stuff I'm not familiar with. But at the same time, I have learned my lesson a little bit around here. I think I destroyed Lake Taneycomo, partially my fault. Um, the places that I frog fish, people beeline to now. I don't know if they saw my video or they saw other people fish there, but that's my fault. You won't see me showing a lot of Lake Taneycomo special fish catches in where I caught them. If I catch them, I'm going to drag them out in the middle of the lake and take pictures, and then I'll put them back. But the lake's kind of special, and I'm not. You guys, I've always shown you everything. I've never hid anything, but I'm on to something out there that uh, I'm not ready to share. Oh, Wyatt wants to come fishing. Let's let it warm up a skosh. I've noticed kids in fishing, when they get cold, they do not have a good time. Mine don't. But I would love to take Wyatt out again. We need to go get him one out, get him a nice one in Taneycomo. Of course. I heard Wyatt got a new fishing pole for Christmas. Has he rigged it up yet? Has he tossed it around in the front yard? That's what's happening, Jeff. That's the plan. I I want to talk about golf. I have been invited to a major golf tournament in July in Seattle, July 16th through the 19th or 20th at Snoqualmie Golf and Country Club. It's Snoqualmie Ridge, actually. If you look it up, it's stunning. My best dude, Ryan Berg, he's family. He's not a friend. But Ryan Berg is a member there, and he's invited me to play with him at his member guest. And this is a big deal. Um, it's a fun thing, and it's taxing, and so I gotta get my game in shape. I'll be all right though. I pretty much, without even playing, I rest around an 8 handicap with not playing golf. Um, it took 30 something years to get to that point, but I could pretty much go out and shoot an 80 off the couch. And so, but to tidy that up, I don't sandbag. If I'm an A handicap, I'm an A handicap. I'm not going to go tell people I'm a 12. I hate that. That's like cheap. We're going to get into this in a minute, by the way. Pump. I don't want to forget. I got notes, not really notes, but we're going to get into this. Yeah, you'd have been on I-90, Jeff. Uh, Dude, golfing from the boat. I made a video. Did anybody ever see that? I made a short video of hitting wedges off of my Heritage onto the beach out in front of the house. It was pretty good. I know not everybody has that. If I can fix that and put it on YouTube, I will. I don't remember if I put it on YouTube, honestly. I don't recall. That was a while ago, and it was over 3 years ago. Okay, the problem with the USA Bass and stuff is I've changed my shift at work. For 4.5+ years, I worked Wednesday through Saturday. Now my shift is Sunday through Wednesday. And the USA Bassin that I did at Bull Shoals and Taney Como is on Sundays. So that might be, I might not be able to do it. They do a USA Bassin out of Table Rock though on Saturdays, so I could go do that. But the Skeeters Owners Tournament in June. Is that an invite, Stephen? Stephen, are you inviting me to the Skeeters Tournament in June? I'm in. I'll be there. You got to give me a chance to throw topwater, though. I want to catch a big fish on topwater in Lake Fork. Yeah, there you go. You know what's up. You know what's up. Uh, um, I'm just looking at some of my video notes that I got video ideas, you guys. You guys know I don't script anything ever, but I do when I hear an idea or I think of something, I'll write it on my whiteboard. There's nothing nasty on there. I could show it to you, but there's something I don't want you to see. It's a special thing for somebody. But anyway, back to Ryan Berg in the golf tournament. Ryan and I met on a bench in kindergarten at Monroe Elementary. My mother has a picture of this somewhere. Mom, if you can find it. Donghammer's coming out, bro, chacho. But yeah, my mom has a picture of Ryan and I on a park bench. Ryan and I have been thick as thieves since that day. And I'm 52, so that was 47-ish years ago. That's nice. I am blessed to have some of these long-term relationships, and I cherish them big time. But anyway, yeah, like Jeff McCain, I'm gonna just talk. It could be a video where I just talk. It could be a video where I fish. It could be golf. It could be just in here in the garage. But I'm gonna try and not just waste your time. So there, it'll probably be a topic. I'm going to give you an example right now. This will be a video, but yes and no, Jeff. Yes and no. Um, have I figured? I'm going to get. Okay, I'm going to answer Jeff's question first. I'm sorry. So, have I figured out crappie fishing with live scope yet? Um, yeah, I mean, I know I found them and I throw stuff at them and they don't like what I have. I'll catch like two or three and I can't get the whole party. I can't just go catch a 15 crappie and I mean, I find them. I find big balls of them on my screen and I'll catch one. And I don't know. I'm trying all and you guys, I'm really trying all kinds of things. So it's not like I'm just stuck on one technique doing this. I bought all kinds. I have a crappie bag now. So, but I am figuring it out. Yeah, it's I can confidently say if I wanted to go catch a crappie right now, I probably could. I just can't ever catch 15 of them. I don't know why. Walleye, same thing. I've kind of got on a walleye pattern. I kind of understand a little more now. So the lake is drawn down severely right now. It's about 6 feet under pool, uh, and the lake shrinks big time. So that area where the fish can behave is shrinks as well. And they're I'm finding walleye where they're supposed to be, and I'm keying in on that, and I've got new spots. I'm about to do something absolutely ludicrous, but I'm thinking about uh, backing up all of my waypoints and hitting the reset button on my fish finders to kind of. I want to find new spots. I'll be saving my old spots, of course, but moving. You can only. It becomes ridiculous unless you name every spot, and I never did. You guys, I have like 180 waypoints, and I know it's because I caught a fish there. But it gets to the point where you have 10 dots within 100 yards of each other going down a bank, um, like across the way from my house. Like I know there's fish there. I don't need those waypoints on my screen. Um, yeah, yeah, that's the goal, Jeff. Uh, all right, ask away. Happy. Thank you for joining us, B Dino. What's your question? Um, so yeah, I mean, I had the Garmin. I had the LBS 32 mounted on my Tarova, and I did make a system. It was kind of backyard. There's a video on it though. I have a video on how to mount live scope to a Tarova, and live scope or live image, whatever Hummingbird's version or live target. It's all the same process. It's all the same mounting process. Just your transducer looks different. So there is a video on how to do that. I honestly didn't like it, you guys. At the risk of pissing off half my audience, I'm not a fan of the Tarova. After having one, I would never buy one again. It's too late for some, I know. I mean, I used it and I made it. I used it effectively, but mounting anything to it's a pain. That's a fact. So I did develop a thing with a bike lock, and it worked great. But yeah, and dude, if I hadn't have bought my new boat that came with an Ultrex, I would still be in the Heritage with the Tarova. Um, but Yeah, dude. I honestly, I don't have a way right this second to look up that video, but and give you that link. But I do have a video showing you how to mount that to a Tarova, or how I did it. I'm not going to tell you it's the best way, but it's the cheapest way. I promise you, it'll be the cheapest way and the most effective way at the price point. You can buy a cornfield crappie mount, and they're about $300. So it's the same idea, but my method, I don't know, you got less than $40 in parts. Hey man, thanks for joining, and good luck. Good luck with your mounting, and happy New Year. Thanks for watching. All right, you guys. Let's go back. What were we talking about? I have a. You guys, I'm just reading. Sorry. Hey, thank you for your subscription. I appreciate you very much. Um, I, hey, real quick, you guys, I got off task on that. I want to get back to the crappie stuff. I'm working on it. I'm working on the walleye. I want to make a video, you guys, where I get in my boat, and I have them. I have a video where I tell a guy what to do at the boat ramp at my house, and I drive straight across the lake and make one cast and catch a 2-pound crappie. It's the only crappie I caught, though. It was like, it would make a great short, but you guys, I want to be able to give you guys like an experience where I go park on some crappie and just catch them. I'm looking for that. By the way, cheers. Steven, are you still going to the Bassmaster Classic? I like the idea, but for me, it's like watching golf. B. Dino, did you ever do any bass? Are there any bass in Nova Scotia? One of my best friends played hockey in Fredericton, New Brunswick, up there near you, for the Fredericton Canadians before he played for Montreal. Jeff, I have bought these jig heads. I bought special jig heads. You tie to the top of the head, and then there's an eyelet on the bottom to achieve this. Yes, I've tried, and I have caught bass with this. So, um, what I have found is in the areas where I've found timber, standing timber, okay, tall 30, 40-foot trees, and you'll find like a big ball of crappie. I mean, basically, they look like pencil eraser size. Yeah, they're big ball with like 50 little big dots. Well, if your lure gets underneath them, you got a good chance of a bass coming up from the bottom and grabbing it. And that's what's happening. When I'm doing that with the double jig, if it passes through the crappie, and then it gets to the bottom. A bass will come up and get it. And the unlucky thing is, all these bass are about this big. Understood, man. I understand. Yeah, I mean it's hard not to bass fish in Alabama. I've never fished there. Someday I hope to, but I think yeah, I can understand bass fishing in Alabama for sure. I moved halfway across the country so I could bass fish more. Paul, yeah, Paul, you could probably teach me a thing or two about this crappie thing. I think you might be the authority in the room on the crappie. Yeah, okay, dude. So I'm originally from Seattle, Washington, and my whole life I lived there. And you catch a smallmouth once in a while, and nothing real exciting. You just be like, wow, there's a smallmouth in here. They're finding. I think you're going to see the next record for smallmouth in the states come from the Pacific Northwest, somewhere up there. I'm almost convinced that it's a they're finding. I mean, now that live scope's the thing, these people in these really deep lakes, Lake Coeur d'Alene, um, lakes I grew up, Lake Stevens and Everett. Well, just north of Everett, Washington, and a little bit east is a place called Lake Stevens. It's not a huge lake, but you can water ski on it. I had no idea. I fished in this lake my whole life and didn't know there were 5 pound smallmouth lingering around all over the place. They have tournaments there, and if you don't have 25 pound bag, you're not in the money. Yeah, dude, you ain't lying, man. You were leaving someplace, and but you're on to a new adventure, so you just kind of deal. If you go home, though, you'd probably be trying to catch a smallmouth now, right? I would. Dude, I used to go to Vermont, um, and I never fished in Lake. I've eaten lunch on Lake Champlain like a dozen times, and not one time did I fish in it. One of the greatest lakes in the country for that, and I didn't care at the time. Um, can I? Okay, so Jeff, Paul, Steve, you guys that crappie fish more than me, way more than me. Uh, Talk to me about color because I think I mean I got several different colors, and I've never been a big color guy when it came to bass fishing. Natural colors. When it comes to reaction baits, that takes a different turn, of course. That right there is unnatural. Okay, this is Steve Miller painted this up for me for Lake of the Ozarks for Big Bass Bash. Like literally my second cast of the morning, I caught a giant that I couldn't get in the boat. And then the day two, first batch of casts, caught a 2.8. Um, Reaction baits, I take a different stance on it. But when it comes to things like jigs and crankbaits, and I'm pretty traditional. I don't really get too far out of the wheelhouse of the reds, the chartreuses, uh, greens. I lures are made to catch anglers, not fish. I got all kinds of electric chicken, brochacho. I have electric chicken crawdads. I have electric chicken swim baits. I have electric chicken little curlicue tail things. Uh, okay, I'm gonna read you guys. So we got, dude. My family's still in Washington. I'll go back. I mean, my homies are all there. Like I'm actually playing in a golf tournament there in July. Somebody's gonna take me smallmouth fishing. Bob Mustafa, I am calling you out. Right now, and Paul, same for me. I'm finding them on uh, channels where deep water is right there, and they're kind of around any kind of a wooded structure, taller trees, and these trees are 25 feet tall underwater, but they're congregating kind of around a tree in that depth of water. I mean, I'm finding them in the same place. Muddy, not here. Monkey milk, that's the whitish one it's like white and pepper, right? Or like clear and pepper, black. Okay, you use the Bobby Garland stuff. Cool. I will pay attention. I don't have any. I bought like this crappie, not the eagle claw stuff, but we'll get into that when I go fishing. Gotta try to keep the jig alive. Got to try. Okay, I see. Okay, I was reading Paul's. He prefers a single jig over a double. I think that's what I've got out of that. So, um, I want to talk about some of the topics that I've seen. I can't get away from this particular YouTube channel. The guy, to me, he's not entertaining. Um, but I can't get away from it. And it's this get your fish on guy. And I don't know if you guys watch him at all, but part of why I've been having a hard time trying to get a feel for a vlogging deal about fishing is these guys. Everything is so negative right now, and I just don't like it. And a lot of their topics, are inflammatory. Otherwise, why make it? These guys are trying to make money. So, I'm going to give you some examples of some videos that, like, they're talking about people, has bass fishing become nobody can afford it? No one can afford it. Nobody, the money is outrageous for whatever. Listen, never in the world of outdoor entertainment, period, have there been more options from $0 to however much money you have. That argument about is fishing for rich people only is absolutely ridiculous. No, Randy's his own problem. Randy, it's inflammatory views to get views, and I hate that. And it kind of soured me on making videos, you guys. What I noticed was there was just this air of negativity around the industry, and I'm trying not to be a negative guy. I had a negative year. This Alpha Gale thing kicked my ass, you guys. And I don't want to sidetrack away from what we're doing here, but I don't believe that money has anything to do with the problem of fishing. The problem is people have expectations that are unrealistic. Jeff mentioned Randy. So Randy and these guys, they're just basically talking about the top 1% in the industry. The elites, the MLF Bass Pro Tour. Oh, I can't afford to fish there. 99% of the people on the planet can't afford to fish there. That's not the point. If you're good enough, the people at that level are getting enough sponsorship money to make that make sense. If you're not good enough, there are thousands, literally thousands of places for people to fish. So my idea here is called fish where you fit in. It's pretty simple. Like if you don't make six figures a year, you have no business thinking that you belong on the elites. It costs six figures to play that game. It does. You could go out and suck a whole year. If you don't have $70,000 to throw in your fireplace, you shouldn't even think about that. Period. Um, there's other topics. That guy on the go get your fish on. People are not watching. They're bored because of forward facing sonar. I can tell you unequivocally that also is crap. I'm going to explain to you why I think that this argument is just for clicks and it's not a valid point to the industry. If I go out there, you guys, and throw a jig and I don't have live scope on, it's going to look exactly the same from behind. The same view that you have of the guy out, Trey McKinney out there live scoping, is going to look exactly like Mark Blackstock throwing a jig. You're going to look at my ass the whole time. The reason that fishing fails on television, I believe, is because it's not. If you look at all the sports that succeed on television, that are big, people are making millions of dollars a year. You can put it in a building, and you can put 100,000 people around it and watch the entire thing right there. Okay? It's all in front of you. The problem with fishing is they refuse. What is crazy to me, okay, is the outdoor industry makes more money than any other sporting industry, period. The makers of footballs, baseball gear, hockey gear, golf gear. Golf gear might get close. Golf gear is ridiculous. But outdoor gear, dude, the fact that we can't get the manufacturers to kind of create this aura about the people that they support, you know, in like a Michael Jordan fashion, and we have them, but they're treated like bowlers. You know, Kevin Van Dam, the wealthiest fisherman ever, right? If you ask half of America who KVD is, they will not know who he is. That's a fact. And how do we make bass fishing sexy? Here's how. These tours that you see, you put I don't know why Bassmaster did this, but I think it's because they couldn't control it. But they have banned people having Sky whatever Elon's deal, Skylink or whatever, Starlink. Like Zaldane, Matt Robertson, a couple of them did it last year, and apparently Bass has said you can't do that now. That is how you fix this. They need to have, at that level, they know how many people they have. So they need to be able to afford that many Starlinks and multiple camera angles and the ability for the consumer to click on what guy they want to watch. There should be an interactive app where there's a map. Boom. Man, there's Steven Smith Outdoors over there in that pocket right there. Let's click on him, and you can watch him. Okay? I am not a computer guy, and I can come up with this. How is arguably one of the wealthiest out the industries not able to figure this out for 100 boats, or even less on the one they show on TV, the Bass Pro Tour? How are they not able to outfit every one of those boats and be able to have a consumer interaction? That is why fishing doesn't work. Anybody wants to change my mind, I will wait. But until they're able to put cameras on every boat where you can go look at them and you can follow your favorite guy, fishing does not work. I don't care what anybody says. They're wrong. I will fight them in a ring. They are wrong. Why haven't they? Because nobody's got any fucking money. Honestly, they will not release the funds. These people are rich. The conglomerate that owns Rapala, okay? They're all owned by conglomerates now, okay? They have so much money, it's ridiculous. They could write one check that would change the way that professional fishing works in that fast. But until they have people that are willing to step out and say these things, I don't think anybody wants to rock the boat. But until fishing does that, they're going to be in the same realm as pro bowling. Period. That is changed my mind. Oh wait. Yeah, but their cameras are for them. I'm talking about live. People don't give a shit about after the fact. They want to watch stuff live. Period. I do. I have no interest in watching a bass tournament that I already know the result of, or a football game, or a baseball game. If I don't watch it live, I have really, my interest is way less. Like, way less. If you want to capture consumers, you got to go live. Period. I don't know. I don't believe in conspiracies around bass fishing because it's not that awesome. Bass fishing is awesome because a very small percentage of Americans spend a ton of money on it. For it to be awesome, though, for it to be, if you want to go mainstream, the industry's got to put money into it. They got to pour it in. They got to make. Alabama did it right. That ultimate fishing thing. How every friggin' state doesn't do this, that might be the model. The ultimate fishing thing, that deal, that might be the model on how to improve. But there again, those guys, they have no coverage. They didn't cover that at all. To the best of my knowledge, it was just people that were in the tournament that filmed their own videos, which, we're all, I make YouTube videos. I'm a hypocrite if I say don't watch YouTube, but I think that if fishing is going to change, my point is the arguments that these creators are having don't hold any water. There's no meat to it. The bottom line is you got to figure out how to build a stadium that these guys, and this is figurative, right? You got to be able to harness that lake and have an interactive method for them to enjoy. I believe that would change the interest level if the consumer could pick. Oh man, I want to watch Wheeler. I want to watch Milliken. I want to watch Cox or Castledine. Whoever's fishing. I'm sold. I don't know about you. Yeah, and I don't know that. I know why Bass can't. Bass wants. So if Chris Aldane's feed is live, which it was, Bass had nothing to do with that, and Bass couldn't benefit from it. That's the problem. Bass is so slow and archaic, I think. I mean, I don't know these people at all, but the way they do things is so behind the times that if I was the head of Bass or their tech, I would be bothering Elon Musk to try and figure out how we can achieve this. We need 100 setups. We need an infrastructure on how we can edit this and make it interactive. I'm sure that dude could come up with it in about 15 minutes. They have Starlink units that you can buy. This is not a weird thing. Now, getting a stadium and a network where you can go pick people, that's a whole different ballgame. I mean, I'm not a programmer, but this is not rocket science. For those guys, it's easy math. Anyway, fish where you fit in, right? step back to that. That really means fish where you can afford to fish. Um, Randy loves to crow on about how it's unaffordable, and it's not unaffordable. If you want to fish for money, you can go fish for as little as $10. So uh, this entitled attitude that because you can't fish on the elites because it's $5,000 an entry, you're not good enough then. If you were good enough, you would have enough money you would have won enough money to go ahead and do that. I don't feel bad like for that. But there again, that's the top half of a percent of fishermen are fishing for that kind of money in America. Okay, millions and millions of people fish in America, and only 125 or so people fish in the opens. Okay, so the people that are very narrow-minded and are so right here won't probably understand what I'm saying. Misty, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're viewing that. Nobody's watching it now, so it doesn't matter if it's one person or no person. Right now you need to somehow the industry needs to figure out how these people can be glorified. Um, Man, like right now, the people that would sell, in my opinion, Matt Robertson, no problem. He'd probably be one of the first people I sign to a deal because he talks, he says what he's hilarious. Like you fishing, if fishing's going to grow, you're going to have characters, and you're going to have control for the consumer. Okay, let's get into that. That whole knowledge thing, they all fish on top of each other anyway. If you watch enough of this stuff, which I have, and participated, they will. People are going to fish on top of you regardless of video. They've been doing it. It doesn't matter. Um, these guys that have been at that level for that long all go to the same holes. They make a video about it last year, and they go back to the same lake next year. So it whoever's got the fastest boat, really. And I think that that's a whole different argument. But I think that bass fishing is in a conundrum, and they're never going to get out from underneath that low level sport moniker until they make it sexy. Hey, Gizmo, Steve. Um, I don't know you guys about the information rule in bass fishing is probably, in my opinion, the biggest bunch of crap. Um, they need to change this. They need to change the questioning. Um, I'm going to give you an example. My father-in-law, every time he gets in my boat, he tells me how I should fish. Every time on the way to the lake, he tells me what I should throw. Okay? So there are people like this in the world. You pull into a gas station and they see Scott Martin, good example. He got busted. He pulls into a gas station next to me, dude. I'm gonna be like, hey buddy, what's hot? I know better though. I'm not gonna tell him, hey man, you're fishing Okeechobee tomorrow. You definitely want to throw a white spook. That is enough for these guys to get this crap. And that to me is just a lack of critical thinking on these. Listen, John Cox, I think or Matt Herron, one of them, same boat, dude. Somebody gave him some bullshit information at a gas station, and he fished a different lake altogether and still got DQ'd. He didn't go anywhere near where he was told. The polygraph question needs to change. Did you seek information? Did you pay for information? That is it. That is all that needs to be asked about that. Now, a polygraph, if it's not admissible in court, I don't know. Here's the best way to circumvent that is cameras in every boat. And if you're going to do that, it's on the organization, in my opinion, to provide it. If they're going to make you have one in your boat, they should provide it. I mean, 100 GoPros for a big organization is nothing. It's a few $1,000s. Not a big deal. So you put a camera on a boat, it records the entire session. If there's any question, it's there. They can go through it. Rather than have these polygraphs, I don't know if I could pass a polygraph. I would be nervous as shit. I'm just telling you, if I knew somebody that had one, I'd love to sit down and take one. I'd try. I don't know. I've never done one, so I can't really comment on how that works. I don't know, man. LiveScope's pretty powerful. I can pull up on a bank and in 5 seconds tell you we're wasting our time here. Information's the same. Unless that information's a day old, 2 days old, right now, this time of year, I think it's worthless. Fish change daily right now. We had 20-degree weather, and then for a week it went to 80 degrees. What do you think happened? Where'd the bass go when it went to 80 degrees for 3 days in a row? Any guesses? I caught a ton of them. Yeah, as long as the fish are there. Fish don't just sit in places like people think. They follow the bait. I guess the only information that would be good is if somebody said, oh, there's giant bait balls in this creek arm. That would be helpful. But for those of us that know where those are and know how to find, I don't know. I don't think pros seek information as much as the guys at the highest level. They may have found those paths on their way there, but once you're there, the guys at that level could catch fish anywhere in the world. They don't need help. Tucker Smith proved this. Like, people that want to say that LiveScope guys are only good with LiveScope, the guy won $500,000 without it in one tournament. So that argument's shot to hell right there. Period. Like, everybody thinks these kids can't fish because, they only know LiveScope. Some kids do have an intuition. Some kids grew up fishing ponds before they ever stepped foot in a boat. Granted, his family's wealthy and able to provide him with, the everything it took to get to that level. But he's still that good. Doesn't matter the money or not. That guy's a phenom, and he's very good. Like, he'd find fish anywhere. I have no ill will about that kid kicking ass. All right, Michael. All right, Jeff, I got more Fireball. I'm just baby steps. I got an hour and a half. I thought I had fireworks. Somewhere there's bottle rockets around here. All right, you guys. There's something to, and I don't really know how it works, but YouTube is doing it now, and there's some button you push, and I don't see it on here. It's called hype. I think it's called hype. If you see that on one of my videos, please go ahead and push it. I don't know what it's doing, but it'd be great. We'll find out together. Michael, what's going on in Phoenix right now? Let's see here. You don't need any help, Jeff. Stephen Smith, have you thought about going to OHIB? Thought about it, but what? It's just a little drive from Austin, right? Or Round Rock. Excuse me, Round Rock. 5 hours one way. That's shorter than here. I do know there's nothing there. That's what sucks about that trip is you're camping. I mean, you're basically camping out there. They need to build a casino out close to there that we can stay at and have some buffet. I can't eat the buffet like the old days because of the alpha-gale. But salad bar sounds good. Oh yeah, I mean, shit, Steven. Right on, PT. Apparently, apparently YouTube didn't like how you worded that. uh, yeah, you would have a good. I like to have a good time. I don't. I hate people that want to piss on my party. If you piss on my party, I'm going to be upset. 5 hours, not bad, bro. I did 8 to see Mark. Just Shia LaBeouf stuff. Dude, Steven Smith, he's been up here. He's uh he's a patriot. I appreciate him a lot. I appreciate every one of you. The relationships that I've gained, and you're all on here, all of you right now. Um, Man, it's been about 8 years. Where are we going? It's 2026 tomorrow. Uh, I started this in 2018. 8 years. I've known most of you. 6 to 8 in that ballpark, and a handful of you on here. We've met, we fished, we've hung out. The rest of you, I mean, it's all family now, right? Yeah, I just don't know if we could all do Thanksgiving together, though. That might turn ugly. Listen, how do you guys feel about this idea? When a company tells you we treat you like family, what's your first inkling? Like if somebody tells you that, man, part of me just all I hear is cult. That's a that's a cult move. We treat you like family. Like what family? Excuse me. I need more Fireball. I got more Fireballs. You guys, I haven't had I, that relationship with Fireball got me in some health issues. All right, I'm gonna get some Fireballs. All right. What was that? What'd you say, Jeff? Kissing cousins? What? Oh, hold on, Jeff. I need my readers. I couldn't see that. Distant cousins. Distant. I'm serious, you guys. I should I attempt I, this whole co-angler thing in the MLF. I don't know if I'm interested in arguing with somebody. Um, yeah, you're right, Jeff. It's crazy that I could be in Arkansas in 20 minutes in the boat. I'm just reading, you guys. Just catching up. Sorry. Does anybody know what the weather's supposed to be like? Today's Wednesday. Does anybody know what the weather's like on Friday? Sunny or rainy? Who wants to go fishing with me on Friday? Anyone? My boat, my gas. Anybody wants to come? I'll Taneycomo, Bull Shoals, Table Rock. Pick one. Yeah, 9.5 hours is a pretty easy decision, Stephen. It's very simple. Now, I will tell you, if you showed up tomorrow, we could fish 3 days in a row. That might be worth the 9.5 hour drive. On Friday, there's a half chance of rain. Maybe this wasn't a good. I didn't know, you guys. I was just shooting my mouth off. If one of you guys wanted to go fishing Friday, I'd be more than welcome to host. Yeah. Get in your car, sissy. I'll bet you won't drive up here right now. Yeah, see? I knew it. I knew he didn't have it in him. I need to come down there. I want to come down and fish. I've never fished in Texas, and it's something that's. I mean, I guess it's happening. I've committed in June to fishing in the Skeeter Open. Yeah, but dude, here's my problem. This time of year, you don't know what's going to happen like in 3 days. And boat carpet doesn't dry out worth a damn. I don't care if it's in a garage or not. Like the boat, you guys know it lives in the damn garage. Oh no, I can't. She's ready. This boat is ready to party at all times. I got my fairy wands and my beef sticks over there. It's ready to go for tomorrow. In fact, I think we're charged up. I'm ready. I'm fishing tomorrow, you guys. Rain or shine. I don't know if I'll be there early. I'll probably catch that late afternoon bite if you catch my drift. I'm here to party tonight. Um, we still got an hour and 22 minutes though until fishing with Kedra. Hi, fishing with Kedra. Welcome to the party. My name's Mark, and these are my friends and family. What boat? Where do you fish, Kedra? Have you tried Apple? Paul, I have not touched Fireball in the last time I had a Fireball shot was from Steve Vaughn at our last tournament. Hey, you guys, I kind of quit drinking all the sugary drinks. Um, like I'm right on that diabetic level. I don't, so it's very rare, super rare that I drink any hard alcohol. It's just not. You guys, I'm 52. Trust me, I'm not no stranger to a bottle of rum. I'm sorry, Jeff. I didn't know what that meant. Uh, Kedra, you know what? Thank you. I'm not familiar. Thank you for joining. Where in Arkansas, may I ask? I'm looking for places that are fairly close that I can go to and try. I live on Bull Shoals. Taneycomo's 5 minutes one way, and Table Rock's 20 minutes the other. So I'm very central to this game. But I think I'm ready to just kind of go check out other stuff. So I'm looking. At this point, you guys, I'm gonna. Steve Miller asked, and I'll ask. Do you guys want to do another get together? It doesn't have to be a tournament. It can be whatever. Um, I don't know how. The times that we chose to do this were absolutely one of the worst times in our country. Honestly, COVID, right? Like, regardless of what happened, it's in a political thing, but the we chose to do this when things were just not good for travel, and I don't know if things are better for travel. I know for myself and my family, life got way more expensive. Um, my life's increased financially by 40% without doing anything different. So I understand reality and life. But if by God, if you guys want to do something and you want to get together, I'm all ears. I will move Earth uh, to do a get together, but I just need a commitment. Um, when I first did it, I thought we were going to have 100 people with all the interest that there was, and we're coming. And I think at the end of the day, we had 16 boats. Well, that was my first tournament I ever hosted, and 16, I guess. I had a lot of positivity saying that, you know, um, 16 people came and had an awesome time, and they did. Yeah, and well, Jeff, I do fish. I basically live on a river. You could say that where I live is river fishing, honestly. Yeah, of course, Misty. Um, if you guys, if I can get enough interest, you guys, I would love to do something. Um, I just, and it's not a numbers thing, you guys. I think that I don't want to come off like, oh man, if we can't get 100 people, it's not worth it. It's free. Like, well, it's not free, but like nobody's making any money here. Like, uh, their tournaments are 100% payback. Nobody offers that ever. I'll wait until somebody shows me one. But uh, a real tournament where every nope, that's real. But there's also real money involved in travel expenses to come do a deal and come and do this, and whether it's a tournament or just a hangout and we're going to party, there's real money involved in travel, and that's the part I understand. So I would love to do another get together. I just would love a lot of support. I would love a lot of support, from our regulars. That would be helpful. Um, yeah, I mean, Misty's right, but Misty, there again, that was hard work. Misty Miller did an incredible amount of legwork to provide and get sponsored meals from local businesses. Uh, those dinners were put on by local businesses that Misty approached, and that that kind of thing is a reality. I mean, we can do that, but we need interest. We need interest, and if you guys are interested, I'm interested. Hey, Jim. Hey, by the way, Jim and Becky, I want to thank you guys for that Christmas card. Gorgeous family. You guys got a gorgeous family. What do you guys think? Do we need to do a tournament? Get together? I say tournament because it just pops in my head. But if you guys want to do this, I think right now is a good time to start planning. I think I'm booked in June and July. I cannot do anything in June and July. I'm in the Skeeter Boat Owners Tournament in June. July, I'll be in Washington State. Uh, I'll need to look at some MLF dates if I choose to do that. But right now, I'm thinking May. I'm thinking May if you guys want to do something, or in the fall, more like September. Let's, you know what, Misty or Steve, if you guys want to post on the recreational fishing page uh, and put out a poll, if people would rather do a May tournament or a September tournament, I'm down to listen. Or not, there again, I'm saying tournament. I'm going to say party from now on. If you guys want to party with us in May or the fall, let's put that out there. How's that? I'll tell you what, you guys, I miss going live. I do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm not like on my game. But I haven't done this, you guys, for when was the last time I was live for? I mean, we still have an hour and 9 minutes, and I've been live now for 80 minutes, 81. We used to do this for 4 hours, if you guys remember, back in the day. All right, you guys. Uh, yeah, if one of you missed it, if you please go on the recreational page and post a poll, spring or fall, and we can gauge interest in the next few weeks and make a decision. I need to make a decision in January, though, if we're going to do anything, because the lakes around here book extremely fast with the Corps for permitting. In fact, a lot of tournaments. If you go right now and you look at Missouri's, it's called the Missouri Highway Patrol Regatta. If you type that in, it'll show you. You can actually click on the lake and the date. It'll show you every tournament that's happening on those lakes. And Arkansas, I don't believe, abides by the same program as Missouri. So, which is it's kind of a conundrum because half of Bull Shoals is in Arkansas. So if you launch from Missouri, you have to abide by the Arkansas and the Corps. Do I want to do Bridgeport again? Good question. I'm thinking, what I'm thinking is, what if we were able to offer, like, I don't know how much time people have. If they have 2 days, I would love to put people in a position to fish more than one lake. A 3-day deal would be ideal, where we could fish Table Rock one day, Taneycomo one day, and Bull Shoals one day. I would love to provide that kind of an experience to the group. They're all. What's crazy is it's all the White River. Those are 3 different bodies of water that are the same water, exact same water, and they fish 100% differently. I think that if you wanted to do the triathlon of fishing, if you could catch a fish in each one of those bodies of water, you'd be winning. What? I got to show this. Mike Vanderberg posted this, and I think it's hilarious. I want a shirtless chest to chest hug. What he's referring to is when Michael and I were basically running the Ritz-Carlton in Tucson. We saw 2 males do this bare-chested hugging in the men's bathroom that was just iconically hilarious. Where's Steven? Porter Kimberling. Okay, so Steve, since that tournament, which I agree, dude, Porter Kimberling was badass too. I thought that was the spot. Now, uh, Bridgeport Resort in Cape Fear was equally as cool. Like Honestly, dude, both of them were the same awesomeness. But the problem with Port of Kimberly is just change ownership, and they've changed since we stayed there and did that. They've had two different ownership groups, and they don't even do fishing tournaments out of Port of Kimberly right now. So something's wrong. Um, I don't know what's going on with their ownership group that's creating a problem, but Port of Kimberly has always been one of the main launch sites for even the MLF. Uh, so I don't know what's going on there. But if I was to do a tournament on Table Rock, if it was a small tournament like we host, Cape Fair's great. Um, but we got the state park on the other end of the lake, near the dam. Hold on, I've seen a bunch of. Bridgeport was awesome, you guys. Bridgeport sends me birthday cards and Christmas cards every year. First class. I love you, Mom. Hell yeah, dude. Jose was awesome. Hey, Steve, my aunt, if you remember Wendy, uh, dude, we talk all the time, man, and she absolutely loved your wife. She did. Like, we had a good time with you guys, and uh, I love you guys. I mean, you know that. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the deal, Stephen. I've asked Steve and Misty to put out a poll on the recreational fishing page, either spring or fall, and we'll work around dates. Of course, people that are in this family. I'm gonna try and try. Excuse me. I'm gonna try and accommodate first. If you want to be in the family, you can get accommodated too, but join. Uh, but not in the way that I'm talking about. Like when the company says we treat you like family. You don't want anything to do with those people. Yeah, Steve, I will look into if Kimberling's made any changes. Um, but right now, I know that it's difficult. It's not the same bunch. So we had a very successful relationship the first year with them, and then when we did Bridgeport, we had the same deal. Great people, great place, great fishing. Honestly, the fishing was better in the James River part of things when we did that. So I don't know. We'll see. Um, if you guys want to ask Steve and Misty uh, in a post about what lake, Bull Shoals, Taneycomo, Table Rock, all three. Like, what kind of a deal do we want? What kind of a get together do we want to have? Do we want to have a tournament side of things? Do we want to just have a party? Whatever you guys want, I'm down. I'd love to have live music. So if one of you guys could get the Misfits to play live at my tournament, I would love this. You guys can get Dole up in here. Child. You know, Steve, Bridgeport was a lot more intimate and kind of out there. Like Port of Kimberly, we were in the building. Like when we were partying in your room, like we were in a hotel. Like at Bridgeport, it was like cabins. So there's a little bit of It's a different feel at Bridgeport, and it lends itself to more of a party. So, Paul, are you going to go to the Bassmaster Classic? Oh my gosh, it turned happy. Yeah, it's New Year's on the East Coast. Happy New Year, Paul, to you and your wife, of course. I've never met Paul. Paul's been an absolute stud on this whatever we're doing the entire time. And I mean, I want to meet this cat someday. I, the guy, if I could, I don't know. I'm not a rich man. I wear Johnny Morris gear. It'd be cool if Paul would show me how to crappie fish. I'm sorry. I should have been paying attention. Okay, so something happened 19 years ago. Wait a minute. So 2006, 19 years ago, Tabitha and I got engaged on the 30th of December on the ice at Rockefeller Center in New York City. That video was forever on my Facebook page and, off to the side. At some point, Facebook decided that video is old. We don't need this on here. And it's not there anymore. And I don't, man, if that video is gone, I'm going to absolutely choke somebody. But I think I have the laptop. It's still on. I need a real smart person to pull it. But if you guys have never heard this story, I'm going to tell it anyway. So Tab and I was living in Seattle doing some Boeing stuff at the time, and then that fell through, and I was working with my brother for his company, and Tab and I, Tab was teaching in Arizona, I was in Seattle, and we we'd agreed to meet in New York for I think 9 days over New Year's, and I knew it was time. This is going to be the lady I'm going to marry. Like this is the one, and I I had had my grandmother's diamond put in a setting. I flew from Seattle. She flew from Tucson. We were going to meet within an hour at LaGuardia. LaGuardia is a dump, by the way. If you guys have ever, I've been to JFK and LaGuardia. They both suck, and so does Newark. So Newark's not a better option. It's just cheaper. Anyway, I had a delay in Dulles. I land in Washington D.C. and all of a sudden, me and these two other dudes go to get on the plane. And like, oh, sorry, plane's full. I'm like, how's it full? I have a ticket. Oh, those seats are busted. Bullshit. What happened was they put 3 employees on that plane and sent them home for the night, and then told us they didn't have a seat. So I followed the gate agent around for about 40 minutes until I forced him to comp me a room and the other guys. I didn't even know those dudes. Anyway, I go to the airport. We didn't have phone. Like, there's no way to talk, like, about this. Like, where Tab's in the air, I'm in the air. So I finally get to the hotel around midnight, and I couldn't sleep. But they gave me $100 worth of vouchers, so I was down eating a burger and having some beers in the bar. And I finally talked to Tabitha, and I said, "Hey, look, just get in the cab and go to the condo. Just go." She's like, "No, I'm like, well, I fully expected to get off the plane and she would be at the condo. I got off the plane, you guys, in arguably one of the shittiest airports in America, and Tab was standing there. And I knew right then, I'm like, I made the right decision. And we got in a cab. We got to our accommodations, and it's stunning. We were on Central Park West, um, overlooking Central Park into the city, and that was my first trip to New York City. I'd been to New York before, but never in Manhattan. And we wandered around, and I didn't know when I was going to ask her. I mean, I wandered around for a week before I asked her. I just knew I didn't want to do it on New Year's Eve. Like, how corny, like cliche, right? I was like, ah. So one night, November 30th, 2006, I had to figure this out. I had to go back. I mean, you guys, I've hit my head a lot in my life playing hockey, and at that level, you're getting bounced around. and, so anyway, I couldn't remember, and so I had to go back on the internet and look. And in 2006, December 30th, uh, we were walking around Manhattan, and all of a sudden she's like, "We gotta go," and I'm like, "What? I didn't know we had plans." I had zero idea that we had plans. Like, like we're just wandering around in Times Square, and we start bolting, and I don't know where we're going because I'd never been there. We're just walking, and she's taking me, and we get to the corner, and we're at Madison Square Garden, and I'm like, man, this is the Mecca. We are here, and like I go inside, and we go up this. There's people everywhere. We get in this escalator, and we start going up, and she pulls out tickets to the Rangers game. Hold on, you guys. Let me rephrase this. I have to change the date. The game was November 30th. Okay, we were on the escalator on November 29th. Okay, we go up the escalator, and Tab pulls out tickets to the Rangers Capitals game, and I'm like, oh my god, like this is one of the greatest gifts I've ever been given by someone that dated me. They got me. They understood. Like, you want to go to a game at the Madison Square Garden. Somebody that's played hockey at that level, this is a real thing. And so I was like, my God, yeah, I'm making the right decision. I'm going to marry this woman, right? So she hands the tickets to the dude, and he scans them, and they make this horrible noise. And the guy looks at my wife and goes, tonight's basketball. It's St. John's basketball. Tomorrow night's hockey. And we looked at the tickets. We were there a day early. I grabbed her hand, and we walked for a mile, like back to Rockefeller Center, and got in line and waited in line for 3 hours to skate for 15 minutes so that I could propose to Baby T. This is why I get to exist right here. This is us on our honeymoon. She let me play golf on my honeymoon in Orlando at Disney World. I'm very, very lucky. All right. I was just watching your guy to see if anything moved. But, man, we're 50 minutes away from 2026. Uh, Anybody got any resolutions? I gotta see if I have any fireworks. Firework, fireworks and fireballs. Man, I can't believe this. I gotta see if we have some bottle rockets. That's about all I would have. Tab's gonna get pissed because Griffey will go nuts. Where's the fireworks? Where's the bottle rockets at? This stuff's gotta be. Hold on, I'm still here. I need a flashlight. We need a light. I can't see in the box. Oh, we got him. You guys, we got fireworks. Oh my God. We're about to piss off the neighbors. We are going to upset some neighbors. We got bottle rockets. The best part about bottle rockets is we live in the county, so we can do whatever we want. We can actually shoot deer in our freaking yards here. It's glorious. Even though I can't eat them, I've never shot a deer, but if you guys ever want to hunt my land, you're more than welcome. I don't know where my lucha mask is. Dude, Steven, that's funny you brought that up, but the guy that posted right before you is also a lucha. Michael Vanderberg is on here. He is one of my La Luchador teammates. There's a picture of us in wearing our lucha mask. I don't know where my lucha. Dude, back in the day when I used to wrestle, you guys would have loved it. I should have. We that was a whole different era. The whole pro wrestling days. There's a lot of fireworks right here. I don't know if these work, you guys. These are old. I bought these. I think I bought these in North Dakota at Brian's house in 2018 when I took the Heritage across the country to New York. So we're going to find out here in a little bit if those work. All right. Um, A test fire? Absolutely. Anything, anything for my faithful subscribers. We will absolutely piss off people. You got to remember, you guys. Like, I got to constantly remind people around here. Like, when I moved here, I was done already. Okay, I'm gonna take you guys with me. We're going for a walk. Okay, I gotta find a torch. Okay. Yeah, the sketchy fireworks are always. Okay, look, you guys, we got some fireworks here. They're very nice. I'm gonna get. Hold on. I'm still here. Just to give you guys, yeah, right here. Right in front of the camera. See what happens. I don't know. I'm not there. What? Here we got no fireworks. Here's another one here. I'm just gonna set this on the camera. Really? None of that. Yes. Whew. We're back. Did you guys enjoy fireworks time? We kept it pretty tame tonight. I just, I guess old age is setting in. You know, when you get to, I'll be 53 in 3 months. What should we do for the birthday? What should I do for my 53rd birthday in a fishing sense of the word? Is there something that I could do that would commemorate a 53rd birthday in March that I would remember? Every time I take Steve fishing, he catches giant bass, Misty. Which scene from Boogie Nights? Roller Girl? Ninja fishing in the Bass Pro Fish tank? Like where I go ahead and take the L? Where I get arrested? You might be on to something, Jeff. I might be willing to take one for the team. Go ahead and get arrested on my 53rd birthday for fishing in the fish tank at Bass Pro, especially in Springfield. Johnny would be pissed. Could you imagine if Johnny Morris connected the dots? Okay, 2018, we released this boat. This guy starts making videos about it. It goes fucking batshit crazy. He probably made us $20 million and we're never going to pay him for it. And then he gets arrested in 2026 for fishing in the Bass Pro fish pond. Man, Jeff might be my best PR guy of all time. That's my birthday, Steve. March 8th. Lighting off fireworks inside the house? Are you threatening me with a good time, Steve? Stephen Smith, you got to remember, Stephen, you're partying with the upper echelon of party right now. We are the people that lit off fireworks indoors. You ready? No rapport on that one. So we're going to launch another one from the garage until I get a rapport. No rapport. We're going to continue on until I get a rapport. You guys remember when we used to do giveaways and we couldn't get a winner for like 15 people? It feels like that. Oh, shit. I thought that one was going to go off in the garage. It kind of just fizzled out. Right there. This is like, damn. This is not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to really show Stephen Smith up, and I lost. I'll take the L. We'll try one more. I think they're so old, the rapport part might be as iffy as it gets. I think we just did 4 in a row and not one rapport. And I got a bunch. I need a fresh beverage. There we go. All right. I got another. I dropped this one on the ground, I guess. I want to try this. I want one to go off. I really want one to fire. Tab's going to be pissed. That went off right outside the garage door. Hold on, I need more fireballs. This is a Yingling fly. I'd like to thank Yingling, by the way, for all of their support in 2025. I appreciate Yingling a great deal and their partnership. Dude, my neighbor, you guys The house across the street from me was for sale. You guys should have bought it. Someone should have bought it. She lives in Phoenix, not far from, like, an hour from where we live. And she's only here half the year. She just bought it, came in, remodeled it, and bounced. She's not coming back till March. Anyway, that was a good buy. It happened fast, Misty. That house went on the market and sold within the day. Um, the price was right on that one. Our neighborhood's gotten out of control, though. Like, I think the only house in here that was for sale now is at a half a million. No, no, those people that sold it got divorced during all that. I didn't know. I had zero idea these people were a problem. Okay, and all of a sudden the house popped. There was a sign, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Uh, so, like, I didn't approach them. Nothing. I figured, what the heck? They're moving. But they poured a slab for a 30 by 30, basically a 900 square foot garage with parking on their lot. Like, it's their side lots smaller than mine, but it's the same principle. They have an extra lot, and their goal was to put a garage on it. Well, right now there's just a concrete slab out there. They never finished it. They got divorced before that happened. That happened this year. And I didn't know until the dude came across the street and asked if he could park his U-Haul in my yard. And I'm like, "Hey, Dave, do whatever you need, brother." And that's when I found out they were getting divorced, and that was the end of that. It happened real quick. She spent some dough though. Like, she had contractors in and out of there for 4 months since she's owned it. No, Misty, yes and no. I should say yes and no. The problem people are gone, but the home is owned by the same family. It's kind of a screwy deal. The motorhome's still there. Steven knows what's up. No, I just take immense pride that I can probably back a boat into anywhere. To back into my garage is not the easiest deal. Um, the people that live right there, here, you know what? Steven's right. Like, no one's around. Let's just go talk about it. So when I bought this house, and then begin a back 3 months, I got my own. But what you just saw was I gotta park this thing in a gnat's ass when it's time. I'm gonna put you back down. Apparently Steven said it sucked. All right. Sorry about that. I thought we was doing all right. Can you hear me now, Steve? Can anybody hear me now? I want to make sure we're good. Like we haven't had any issues tonight. We're 122 minutes deep, and that's our first issue. You can hear me fine. Okay, cool. Um, who's on here? No, I'm using my phone. You guys, like my phone is the. This is what's doing all of it. So it must lose signal as I walk away from my internet in the house. You guys are on a tripod right now. My phone is attached to a tripod. Then I have an iPad that I'm reading your comments on. By the way, I will be catching a fish on this year. Do you know how big this is? It's bigger than my face. This is a custom. This is a Steve Miller custom. There's a one in the world with my signature on it. And it's a giant bait, you guys. I mean, it's a big girl. It's for giants. Oh, shit. I just dropped my beverage. Man. Here's another idea. For those of you out there that are interested in something else, I am absolutely down. You talking about this orange one, Steven? I got white ones. This is a busted lure here. This is a 6-inch propeller bait that's broken, but I'm going to keep the hooks. You talking about this one, this orange one? If you got bloody tampons that are orange, you might want to seek medical help. You're going to need more help than that. How are we on? We're out of juice on this. Hold on, you guys. Okay, I had to plug the iPad in. Steve, is there any way that you could paint me A blood red spook, a junior. I want white eyes on it though. White. Like virgin white. White eyes, blood red spook. I guarantee you I will catch fish. And if you want to call it the Tampax model, blood red, white eyes. Thank you. And any kind of variation of reds with oranges in a Spro rock crawler variation would be super helpful. I'm kidding about the rock crawler thing. The spook, I'm dead serious about. Did anybody get anything cool for Christmas, fishing wise? I guess we never went there. Like, did anybody get any cool fishing gifts? One second, guys. I gotta go to the urinal. Whew. Child almighty. Man, when I started doing this 8 years ago, my bladder was way bigger. Yeah, the Ozark urinals, the half acre next door, I bought. We're 130 minutes in almost, you guys. This is, I mean, it's not weird. We used to do this all the time. Uh, we're 21 minutes away from New Year's Eve, and I cannot wait. I'm gonna try. Let's try some more fireworks. I don't mind. I'm in the garage. Like I couldn't think of a better place to launch fireworks than in my garage. Hold on. Okay, we got this bottle rocket. Yes, success. Hmm. Fireworks from the garage. It's very exciting. Everything about what I'm doing tonight is Ozark. You guys, by the way, I never would have done this. I shouldn't say that. We used to light off fireworks in $1 million neighborhood in Edmonds, Washington, in the middle of the night, and then we would tell the cops it was always a white Poor tourists that went that way. Man, I cannot. We got a short time, you guys. I'm gonna shut this down right after midnight. I had an extremely. This is my Friday at work. I got off a little about an hour early. The guy that I work with just was gracious enough to like say, "Man, I know what you're up to. You go do your thing," and I appreciate him a ton for that. And as we wind down, I mean, literally, we're winding down. We got 18 minutes, right? For some people, they don't give a shit about this. It's like, it's just another day, and they're right. But what what it signifies for me this year was, I mean, I contracted basically a disease I'm never going to get rid of, and it sucked, you guys. It ruined my momentum, and it really brought things into perspective. I don't know what's wrong with me. Doctors don't know. They don't know how to fix it. Um, I just have to be me and persevere and push through and just do whatever. And that's what's going to happen. I'm going to bust my. You guys know I'm going to go 100 miles an hour till I hit a brick wall. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take a rest, and then I'm going to get up and I'm going to do it again. And that's the way I'm designed different. I had a guy. Listen, I had an HR director. Okay, HR director tell me uh, that he played sports too, Mark, and he understands, and he could never believe the things that I had witnessed playing sports. Well, what I can assure you is he never played on the team or two teams that played in national championships. This is the We're not the same. Okay, so people that there are people in this world that exist, and then there's people in this world that are jealous. And I've run into it. It pushed me away from YouTube for a little bit, but you guys, I am back. I'm back. There's 3 people on right now. Are we gonna make it to midnight? I'm gonna grab a fireball just in case. All right. Where are we? We got 15 minutes, you guys. Like I said, I think a lot about how I got here. My There's no way, like, if my dad were alive, I can just imagine the discussion. Like, man, we're gonna move to Branson. Huh? Why? Tucson's not bad, you guys. I play golf every day. I fished when I wanted. It was just far, far away. The Air Force package was good to me. I can't, dude, that was an amazing opportunity. Uh, where are we? Cheers, black and pepper, down that ish. Are you talking about this, PT? Are you talking about down in this? We got 14 minutes. I'm not watching any kind of a. You guys, I did like that year in 2006 when Tab and I got engaged. We did then after doing all that, we did go to New Year's Eve in Times Square and enjoy that. That's freaking nuts. Like if you've ever, most people do not like to be around a lot of people. Like that's I've learned this over decades of being around people. There's a handful of us though that are like, the more the merrier. Let's freaking party. And dude, that was my introduction to a million people in the same place at the same time. That was real. Real noise, real movement, crazy. What's up, Philly? What's up, Wyatt? Wyatt, you need to make sure Grandpa makes me a blood red junior spook and a blood red uh, senior, regular style, with 3 hooks. I think that's the ticket. Stephen Smith has called this the Tampax model, and I bet you it catches fish. No fur on the ass end, though. We gave up fur in the 80s, Jeff. Chow. Explain what? No. We need a white, blood red spook, and then the bigger size in blood red. But we don't need the pull string. We don't need the white fluff. That's what Jeff was referring to. No fluff. No strings on the temp. So it's a new model that I can't take credit for it. I think it was Stephen Smith. About the fur? We got rid of fur in the 80s. They shaved that off now. I don't know if you guys paid attention, but this was not for kids. I put that in the video. No fur. No, I, pre- I prefer my spooks furless. No strings. No, I prefer I, pre- I prefer my lures to know their identity. Yeah, that's a good point, Steve. It's personal preference. Like, do you want the string or do you not want the string? I think the string should be put in the box, and you can put it on if you want. What do you think of that? I think this is where I think that's a good idea. It's to leave it up to the consumer if they want to join in. You want to attach a little blue string to like a hook. We'll provide you 4 inches of string in the packaging. It's a great idea. 9 minutes, you guys. 9 minutes. And we're going to be into a new decade of gloriousness. I'm looking. We'll see. I mean, it depends. You guys know my position. I can do whatever. I can be up and gone. Um, we'll see. We'll see what Silver Dollar City wants to do, like how they want to treat people in the new year. Is to is we're about to find out how serious they are about how they treat people. We're gonna find out. Uh, used to be a Christian-based company, and they've moved away from that. So that's their prerogative, though. Thank God Jesus turned water into wine, though. All right, 8 minutes, you guys. What's on your mind? There's 14 of you online right now. I want to hear what's on your mind. We got 7 minutes, real quick. In the next 7 minutes, please just let me know what you guys thought about 2025, and we'll see where we're going next year. I can tell you guys, I'm going to find a home on the circuit. Uh, John Douglas, probably somewhere in Colorado or deep in Mexico running a prawn farm. Do you remember that, Michael? John Douglas's wife he met from Mexico. Her family ran like basically a tilapia farm in Mexico of shrimp. If you like shrimp born in the mud, there's a reason the Bible says do not eat these crustaceans, by the way. Yeah. All right. Jimmy, thank you. Jimmy, thank you for that answer. I've followed your travels, and you guys, every brewery, every family picture, everything. I mean, every time that you guys took a picture, everybody was smiling. I mean, it looked like a great year for you guys. If I could start a daycare in Minnesota, man, can you imagine what I could do to bass fishing if I could have started a daycare in Minnesota? I could have changed the industry. I could have made bass fishermen millionaires had I started a daycare in St. Paul or in Minnetonka, Edina, any one of those places in Minnesota. It's crazy. Bemidji. Shit. We should have opened one in Bemidji. If I would have opened a daycare in Bemidji, I would have had a conglomerate of bass fishermen in a team fishing for free. So here's the other. There's a caveat. Like this Mohawk program, right? Does anybody know the biggest bass I have caught to date? Just largemouth. I've caught way bigger fish, but largemouth bass. Does anybody know what my record is right now? This Mohawk is not leaving until that get eclipsed. But there's a number. I'm not shaving it off until we reach that number. And then we've done this before. It was a couple of years ago, but no, Mom. You're 12? 6 pounds, 11 ounces. I'm going to just cut that shit short. 6 pounds, 11 ounces is my biggest largemouth bass, according to my scale. So until I catch a 7, we're dealing with this program. It could be tough, man. It's a tough part of the world to catch a 7. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it at Lake Taneycomo. That's where it's going to happen. You were real close, Jimmy. Real close. 6'11". Well, hello, Steven's mom. Happy New Year. We're almost there, you guys. 3 more minutes, 2 more minutes-ish. Again, A-Rig in the winter, what better time? People are lighting off fireworks right now. Should we go fire off some firearms? Is it a good time for this action? No, I don't believe in this. Like, I'm not one of these people that believes we should be shooting guns like on when the football team wins or the 4th or New Year's. The firearms are meant for one reason, and that is protection and safety. Not for just going ape shit crazy on New Year's Eve. I do not believe this. I'm going to light off this bottle rocket right now, and we're going to see if we get some behavior. We have 50 seconds. We have 45 seconds, you guys, until the new year. Ooh, you hear that? No report. This sucks. These are old, though. I mean, what am I supposed to expect from old fireworks? A-Rig in the winter. I don't know, man. Hell yeah. Now we're cooking with grease. All right, look, it's midnight. Happy New Year's. 2026. Here's the deal. We're going big. I'm going to find the biggest tour I can afford. What did I say? I'm going to fish where I fit in. If I can get help from my community and we can put together a group event either in the spring or the fall, let's do this, you guys. Let's get together. Let's get together. I can't wait to see you guys. I can't wait to see what everybody has in store for the new year. I love every one of you that has chosen to spend any amount of time with me in 2025 and before. and moving forward. Thank you, you guys. I am eternally grateful for your support. A lot of you have sidebars with me, and we have relationships, and I cherish them. So if you're ever in doubt, I think you know. Um, and please reach out. I love you guys. The neighbors are yelling Happy New Year's. But thank you for all your support and the people that are supporting the movement of this. I, I cherish you. I appreciate you. I can't wait for 2026. I can't wait for the events that are coming. I'm going to show you guys everything. I love you. Happy New Year. I'll see you very soon. I appreciate all of your time. Have a great day. Enjoy your families in 2026.